You're listening to Independent 87. The article says allegations of security agents emulating Igbos in Southeast checkpoint. Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, Ifeanyi Ejimako, speaks out. Today being the 2nd of October, we say in the light, Nnamdi Kanu has spent over 2 years in the custody of the DSS, the Department of State Services, and it's so very, very appalling that the Nigerian federal government, operating a federating state, wouldn't allow justice to prevail. Now, Aloy Ejimako is special counsel to Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. IPOB has expressed deep concern over the reported emulation of Igbos at checkpoints throughout the southeast region. Now, Ejimako pointed out that security agents have been subjecting Igbos to mistreatment or maltreatment by insisting that passengers disembark from vehicles and cross checkpoints on foot. Ifeanyi Ejimako, he alleged that this institutional mistreatment began during the tenure of former President Muhammadu Buhari. Ifeanyi Ejimako shared his thoughts on the matter, stating that the practice in Igbo land, where every passenger is compelled to disembark from vehicles and cross security checkpoints on foot, is a clear example of the systematic emulation and oppression faced by Indigbos, which commenced during Buhari's administration and persists to this day. Yes, this situation also serves to provoke tensions further. There are so many, reactions, trading underneath of this article, and we believe the Nigerian government, led by President Muhammadu Buhari, and now is the former president of the country, has really, really emulated Nigerians, not even the Igbos alone. Now, a typical Nigerian is marginalized. And all the Igbos are being marginalized, the Hausas have been marginalized, the Yoruba have been marginalized, because it was being said by Donald Trump that Nigeria is a contraption. And Buhari said during his tenure, this is not part of the article, I'm just, trying to buttress the point and also let us know and remind us about how the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, went. Because we, in a nutshell, the last time I checked, I believe Buhari was an effective president. When he started his tenure during 2005, the 3 months, down the line, he tried his efforts to make sure Nigeria become a better place for all of us to live in, through the platform of the All Progressive Congress. Now, in a nutshell, 2021 was when Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, or rather was extraordinary rendered. It was extraordinary rendition all the way from Kenya down to Nigeria. The first person that would make the announcement was the minister of is it minister? It's supposed to be Minister of Information, but I believe the Attorney General of the Federation is not even a minister. He's the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, and it was the first person to release the statement. Meant for Lai Mohammed, who was the Minister of Information, just because Nnamdi Kanu was speaking ill of the federal government, so they called that felony. Now, if the government has really done well, there wouldn't be anything attached to Nnamdi Kanu as the allegations that were given onto him that is felony. And anybody, accused and alleged of felony could be killed. It's either 50-50, but basically the punishment is so very, very gross. And in this case, it's now extended to the Igbos, down the line, because they are the indigenous people of Biafra. Buhari, in his own sense of humor, quickly disappointed the Igbos by proscribing the IPOB as a terrorist group. And due to what Nnamdi Kanu has been propagating the gospel of bad governance, in Buhari's administration, and I said during 2015, 3 months down the line, things started moving fine. So that was why the plight of Igbo, represented by Nnamdi Kanu, to make sure that people in diaspora, those Nigerians abroad, either in Ghana or in Europe or America, depending on their location. So people started rising up due to the killings in northern part of the country. There were so many insurgencies, and it has been so very, very, uncalled for, appalling, that even the international organization would have to, try to salvage situation. And they believe that Nigeria is just not a country, is a republic, or it's not just a republic, a federal state. Because if a republic is like Nigeria, definitely we should know how to curb all our insurgencies. So China came in, the United States came in, European Union came in, African Union came in, ECOWAS came in, World Health Organization came in, UNICEF came in, just because they want to salvage the situation of insurgency in the northern part. Instead of insurgency to subside down, it was increasing during Buhari's administration. That was why Nnamdi Kanu saw that borders were being closed and so many things were wrong. Economy was lopsided, and everybody was trying to eat from mouth to hand or hand to mouth, and it's not very, very encouraging for Nnamdi Kanu. So as an activist, as a representative, he said yes, this is what he wanted for his people, and if they can't do that, then let them impeach Buhari. And the truth behind the Buhari's demise or death or rumored death has been so very, very secretive, but Nnamdi Kanu decided to share light on that, and it's a very, 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 very discouragement for those northern leaders who benefit from Buhari's administration. And since then they try to allege him, and Nnamdi Kanu has been so very, very active when it comes to Radio Biafra and unleashing the dragon out of the cage. And as it is, I believe Nnamdi Kanu is still in the custody of the DSS, just because he is speaking ill of the government, according to the administration of Buhari. Malami was the Minister of Justice, and he was the Attorney General of the Federation, and he's an Hausa man or a Fulani man. And if I'm not mistaken, Malami is the richest man in Kebbi State, and he's from the Kebbi State. How can he be richer than the governor or thereabout? Because maybe he might have other businesses, but as an Attorney General of the Federation and the Minister of Justice, he just took the job, and then I believe things have really, really gone bad in Nigeria. And that's why we're begging the government to allow Nnamdi Kanu to have peace, and the Igbos unleashing threat. But in other shell, I would say I live in Lagos, we live in Nigeria, and it's not only Igbo that have been marginalized, or rather concerning that scenario, soldiers stopping everybody to move from one place to another. It's a normal thing for soldiers, because I stay near in the barracks, and I believe obey law and order is what a typical soldier would want to disseminate. Well, this is where I'm going to draw the curtain. It's so very interesting that we can't go further because of time. I would like you to share your views in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Independent TV 7. Yeah, I will see you later for the next article. Thanks for listening, and God bless you.